Since 2019, the average sale price has just jumped incredibly in the HRM, and the question I've been getting a lot lately is, what areas have increased the most or the least, or what areas are really hot because of this? Because even though the HRM average has gone up, every area is a little bit different in terms of the amount that it has increased. So today I'm going to break down some different neighborhoods throughout HRM that I work pretty often, and a lot of these are kind of the main neighborhoods in the main markets throughout HRM, such as Dartmouth, Fairview, Spryfield, Bedford, Sackville, and so on. So today I'm going to go through these areas and break down these price increases for the last 2 years since August 2020. So in August 2020, 2 years ago, the average price of a single family dwelling throughout overall HRM was about $366,000, and that number today, August 2022, has jumped up to about $592,000, which is an increase of 61.7% from 2 years ago. So this is a huge number, and don't forget, this is for single family dwellings in HRM. Now before I get into the stats of the different neighborhoods, if you like this content and you want to see more, please click the like and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every week on YouTube about the Halifax real estate market and buyer and seller tips. Also, if you want to chat with me about real estate anytime, you can book a call with me or a buyer consultation or a seller consultation in the Calendly link below in my description at a time when it's convenient for you. So jumping right into all these different areas, so I'm going to start with number one of my favorite markets in the HRM, the Halifax Peninsula. So this is going to encompass the entire peninsula, North End, West End, South End, and the downtown core. And obviously this is a very sought after place to live. Everybody wants to live on the peninsula or close to the peninsula to experience everything that it has to offer. So in August 2020, to buy a home on the peninsula, you're looking for about $589,000 on average, and right now that number has increased by $263,000 right up to $852,000, or a 44.7% increase over the last 2 years. So this is actually under the HRM average increase. So the next market, and again I love this market as well, is Fairview. So Fairview, even before the pandemic, was already starting to grow at an alarming rate with a ton of development going on and the proximity of the peninsula as well. So right now you're looking at about $510,000 on average to buy a single family home in Fairview, and this is up from just under $304,000 back in August 2020, which is just an absolutely crazy increase in the last 2 years. So this increase of about $206,000 is actually working out to 67.8% over the last 2 years, which is above the HRM average. So the next market, and again not far from the peninsula, is Clayton Park. Now Clayton Park for years has been a desirable neighborhood with a lot of mid-century homes, family neighborhoods, great schools, and very, very sought after because of the location and the mature kind of lots that you see in Clayton Park. So in August 2020, you're looking at about $460,000 on average to purchase a home in Clayton Park, and nowadays it's $737,000. So again, a massive, massive increase here. So this increase in Clayton Park of $277,000 works out to 60.2%, which is right around the average in HRM over the last 2 years. So again, in no particular order, the next market is Spryfield. So Spryfield, again, pre-pandemic, very similar to Fairview, close to the peninsula, a lot of development going on, and the prices were starting to climb. So in August 2020, you're looking at about $333,000 to purchase a home in Spryfield, and now that number today is up over $200,000 more to $548,000, which in this case is a 64.3% increase, which is slightly above the HRM average for the last 2 years. So moving on a little bit further away from the peninsula and into the suburbs, let's talk about Bedford. So a long-time favorite for young families and growing families, very sought after schools, very sought after location with all kinds of amenities, and you get great lots, great homes, a ton of variety in this area. So back in August 2020, you're looking at about $495,000 for a home in Bedford, and now that number today is up to about $761,000, which is over a $250,000 change in the last 2 years, working out to about 53.8%. So moving a little bit further out from Bedford, let's talk about Hammond's Plains. Again, super sought after, about 30 to 35 minutes away from downtown. A ton of different variety in homes, a lot of large scale homes on larger lots. Mature lots, a little bit more privacy, some more trees, bigger lots, very sought after for families as well. So in August 2020, you're looking at just under $427,000 for a home in Hammond's Plains, and this has increased all the way to $758,000, just shy of $758,000 in August 2022. So this works out to a $331,000 increase over the last 2 years, and out of all the markets today, it's a 77.5% increase, and the ones I'm talking about today, this is the largest increase in the last 2 years, believe it or not. This one kind of shocked me a little bit. So moving a little bit further out from the peninsula again in a completely different market, let's talk about Sackville. So about 30 to 35 minutes away from downtown, a very popular market. They were affordable price points before the pandemic and continue to be today compared to the rest of HRM. A lot of young families looking here, a lot of first-time home buyers looking here, a very wide variety of homes and different lots and different styles. And I feel like especially because of the proximity to Halifax, Dartmouth, Burnside, and all the connectors with the different highways, I think this is a big reason why Sackville is so popular still today. So in August 2020, you're looking at just over $273,000 to purchase a home in Sackville, and that number has increased 70% to about $465,000 today in August 2022. And this number is still about 100 grand less than the average purchase price in HRM as a whole. So this is still a very popular market. It's an affordable market compared to the rest of HRM, and we still get a lot of first-time home buyers inquiring for here and some young families and so on. So moving on to just across the harbor from the Halifax Peninsula, let's talk about Dartmouth. So Dartmouth is a very wide area, a big area, and a lot of wide range of different neighborhoods and so on. But in this case, I'm going to include downtown Dartmouth, I'm going to include Clayton Park, Montebello, Southdale, Forest Hills, Colby Village, and Woodlawn. So kind of encompassing all of Dartmouth. So in August 2020, to buy a home in Dartmouth, you're looking at just shy of $314,000. And today, in August 2022, that number has jumped up 65% to about $517,000. So last and certainly not least, the last one I'm going to talk about today is Eastern Passage. So this is just outside of Dartmouth. It's very popular for military families, young families. It's affordable, and people coming from out of province looking for ocean views in Eastern Passage, Cow Bay area, it is extremely popular. So in August 2020, to purchase a home in Eastern Passage, you're looking at about $257,000, and today that number has increased 71.7% to about $441,000. So again, like Sackville, this number is way under the average home price in HRM as a whole, so it's still a very hot market for first-time home buyers, young families, military families, and so on. And out of the list I talked about today, that 71.7% is actually the second largest growth in the last 2 years. So to recap, based on a percentage point of view, the top 5 increases out of the markets I talked about today are in order: Hammonds Plains, Eastern Passage, Sackville, Fairview, and Dartmouth. If you have any questions about your specific neighborhood, don't hesitate to reach out to me with my Calendly link in the description below, or you can comment below as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future content, as I post videos every single week. And again, thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great day.